Welcome back everyone to the Dream Machine. In the last episode we walked around Mr. Morton's dream and now we found him. And he is being attacked by this tentacle, so let's try to help him. Well, there's a little mouth at the end of the tentacle. How disgusting. Hello again, Mr. Neff. I guess you're wondering where you are. Yes, what is this place? You're standing in the dreamscape, Mr. Neff. The living, breathing amalgamation of brilliance of sleeping minds, each adding their own distinct piece to the puzzle, all connected, all belonging to the same world. Are you saying I'm inside a dream? Wow, he still hasn't understood that. Yes, you're in my dream, as a matter of fact. It doesn't always look like this, though. It changes slightly each night, but this is where I come when I dream. How did I get here? Each sleeping mind is an entryway to a different part of the dreamscape. By using the helmets, you projected your conscious mind into my unconsciousness. That's how you ended up in my dream. What is the purpose of the large machine in the basement? The purpose of the machine is to synchronize the brainwaves of two connected minds, thus making it possible to project an awake mind into a sleeping one, as you are doing right now. Did you build it? Only parts of it. My family has been trying to chart the dreamscape for the past 4 generations. My great-grandfather first posited, I don't know what that means, the idea that we all visit a collective unconscious in our sleep. He wanted to explore it to see if it had a coherent geography. Does it? Yes, but it is ever-changing, ever-evolving. As people die, we lose parts of it. As new people are born, new areas appear. It's roughly disc-shaped. As you're born, you appear in the center, moving outward as you live, eventually reaching the thin, crumbling edge as your life comes to an end. How does a machine like that work? To be honest, I don't fully understand it myself. My great-grandfather built the first prototype. It was very crude, barely providing a keyhole's peek into the sleeping mind. My grandfather perfected the design by synchronizing the brain waves of two connected minds. My father and I both added parts here and there, but mainly improving performance. So your family's been building this thing for 4 generations. I was raised from an early age to continue my family's work. My father instructed me how to operate the machine. Occasionally he brought me along with him into the dreamscape. Can you imagine what that was like for a child? Having people's dreams to play in. Who were you talking to before? I was talking to the machine. It has organic parts and has, after decades of refinement, reached some degree of consciousness. I've learned to communicate with it crudely after all these years. A talking machine? It's not talking per se, it's more like a whisper in the back of your mind. What attacked you in the basement? It was the machine that attacked me. Recently we've had some differences of opinion about how we should proceed with our research. A situation that culminated once you discovered my camera, Mr. Neff. What was the argument about? Lately our operation has been getting harder and harder to keep under wraps. I wanted to put it on hold while I sorted things out, but the machine wouldn't have it. Stopping the operation would mean temporarily shutting down the machine. But rather than let me do that, it attacked me. Consciousness and self-preservation go hand in hand, unfortunately. I wish I could explain all this at greater length, but I'm badly hurt. I'm afraid I'm dying. But dreams can't hurt you, can they? Dreams can alter your perception of reality. They can change lives for better or worse. And they certainly can kill. People die in their sleep all the time. What was that tentacle thing that grabbed you right now? The tentacles are the roots of the machine, an extension of it, if you will. The machine resides in both worlds. The actual machine resides in our world, but its roots grow here in dreams. The dreamscape is its power source, basically. I thought dreams were all just about wish fulfillment, not an actual place. You're not alone in thinking that. Freud, for instance, was the originator of that particular idea. But as you can see around you, you're both quite wrong. I'm growing weaker. But before I go, there's something I have to ask of you. If I could do it myself, I would, but I don't have long. I need you to shut the machine down once and for all. How do I do that? By cutting off its power supply. The tentacle you saw attacking me was one of its roots. That's how it draws power from the dreamscape. But I've already chopped it off. The tentacles have spread to the dreams of the others in the estate. You must enter their dreams like you entered mine and make sure it can't draw power from there anymore. Why can't I just smash the machine itself? The machine is more than just the clunky thing in the basement. It would be like cutting off a tick without removing the head. Once all dreams are purged, the machine will shut down properly. What happens if I don't do it? I've been able to maintain it so far by only letting it tap into 1 or 2 dreams at a time. But once I'm gone, I fear it will only be a matter of time before it renders everyone in the estate unconscious, in order to keep a constant supply of power. So everyone will fall asleep. Not only that, being a machine with only some organic parts, it doesn't understand how our bodies work. Concepts like dehydration or muscle atrophy are foreign to it. So if I fail, everybody in the estate will eventually die. Yes. What about me? Will I fall asleep as well? I never had time to visit your dream last night. If I understand things correctly, the machine hasn't established a foothold in your dreams yet. Will you grant me this, my dying wish? What's in it for me? By now your wife will most likely also be infected since I visited her dreams last night. Then I will purge her dream and get the hell out of her. I'm afraid that would only postpone her decrepitude. The machine, if left unstopped, will eventually re-establish in your wife's dreams. I'll take my chances. I hope you'll reconsider. I'm the last in the line of Mortons. With me, my family perishes. What are you going to tell the world about us once we're gone? Well, he's dying, so we might as well be nice, I guess. That you were scientists and explorers of the mind. Thank you, Mr. Neff. I'll rest easier knowing that, but this is where I must leave you, I'm afraid. I wish I had more time to set this straight, but you don't choose how you end your days. I'm afraid not. Goodbye, Mr. Neff. Goodbye, Mr. Morton. Oh, Mr. Morton is dead. Let's look at him. Mr. Morton is dead. He died trying to shut the machine down. Alright, I guess we can remove the helmets now, because they look a little bit silly. Alright, so last time when we were here, what was our problem in this area? Couldn't get out because this door had shut, and we couldn't use this one because Mr. Morton's, obviously, first of all, because our hand isn't saved on this thing, so we need Mr. Morton's palm, which we couldn't get because his hand was like here and it was tightly clutched. But now that he's dead, that's not a problem anymore, so we can do this and get his palm print. I've gotten the palm print. So now let's try this again. Can we look at it actually? That would be interesting. It's a piece of paper with okay. Okay, Victor, okay. Here we go. So this is his surveillance room, I guess. These are various books on electrical and mechanical engineering. Examine safe. The safe is locked. There seems to be a key inside the safe. Well, that's unfortunate. And that's wrong. That wasn't right, cold. Okay. Well, what else can we do here? Examine waste paper basket. It contains the remains of burned papers mostly. It looks like Mr. Morton was trying to destroy evidence before he died. Most of it is completely destroyed, but this little piece seems readable. New safe code. Well, that's convenient, isn't it? I will be writing that down real quick. So that's upper right, lower right, lower left, upper left, lower left, and upper left. Alright. Let's keep looking around. Strange device. This seems to be an indicator of some kind. The needle seems to indicate that the machine is empty. There's a powdery inside on the... what? There's a powdery residue on the inside of the funnel. The slot seems to be designed to hold a cylindrical object of some kind. Well, do we have a cylindrical? We do not, okay. And we can turn the dial, which is fun. What else do we have here? Obviously we have these TV screens, but we also have a map right here. Examine note. It says the center of dreams, but this map piece is totally blank except for a big question mark. Right. If I understood Mr. Morton correctly, this is the map of the dreamscape. It's been added upon, modified for generations. Well, it looks interesting. It says Alicia Neff. It says Martin Willard. It says Selma Theed. Yes, shut up. Edie Jones. Alright, so Mr. Morton said that everyone starts out in the center, and then as they live and grow older they drift out to the edges of the dreamscape, and eventually when they die they fall off or something. Their place just ends, ceases to exist, I guess. And we can actually see that here with Alicia being about halfway, I guess, with her being like 40 or something. I don't know how old they are. But anyway, we can see this with the other two people from the apartments. And we can see that with Edie as well, because she is almost at the end. Because she is very old now. An old lady. So let's look at these TV screens. The camera monitors someone's living room. It might belong to someone on the 3rd floor. It's somebody's bedroom. I don't know whose apartment it belongs to, but it isn't ours. This camera monitors someone's living room. It might belong to someone on the 3rd floor. How does he know? Someone's hallway. Old photos on the walls, it might be Edie's. Right, that's our bedroom. Watched this when we slept. I feel uncomfortable looking at this. Somebody's dining room. Right, I guess it's sorted by floors. So this is the 3rd floor, this 2nd floor, and this the 1st floor. I didn't know that. This camera overlooks the lobby. Probably monitor the coming and going of the inhabitants. The mover is still in his lunch break. Wow, still? After all that? This hallway looks like ours, except it's mirrored and has more furniture. It might belong to somebody on the top floor. Okay, never mind then. I guess it's not sorted by floors. The slanted windows suggest that this room is on the top floor. There's a guy with a wheelchair looking through a huge telescope. Alright, what is this? Gas? Nothing seems to happen. Use telephone. Well, let's call the police. I don't see why not. We're sorry, but all our operators are busy at the moment, but we're working on answering your call as soon as we can. What? Okay, that is ridiculous. I like how he slams it down there. It's wonderful. Alright, we can pick up this remote control and actually change the channels on all of these. Ooh. Is that Alicia in our hallway? It is. I can see the phone and the boxes there on the floor. That means he's got more cameras rigged in our apartment. This is just beyond creepy. Alicia? What happened to her? Well, she obviously fainted. Or fell asleep, rather. Maybe we should sort these by number. Because they all have a little number right up there. I don't see why Mr. Morton didn't sort them by number. What an idiot. Why would he not do that? Is this number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, and number 9. There we go. Now if you look at these screens actually, what you might not notice immediately is that on certain numbers there's this weird black edge on the side, and if you compare them to the note we found, then you can see that these also have these edges on these triangles on the edge. So let's look at those again and see what the code is. The first one is 6, the second one is 3, third 9, then 1, 9, 1. So the code is 639191. Let's input that on the safe. 639191. That seems to have unlocked the safe. Why does he have green text all of a sudden? And there's the master key. There we go. I'm pretty sure once we actually call this elevator that the chapter will end. So I'm gonna end this video right here again. Bye.